Hi, everybody doing? This is Rob Tuzio from Beanie Hobby. Got a few things here I'd like to talk to you about. First thing I'd like to talk about is the Spectrum DX remote. This remote comes in 3 channels, DX5, DX6, and DX7. I here have a very nice basic, just a 5-channel remote in order to fly both the Blade CX3 and the Blade MCX2. In the box, the Spectrum box here, $59.99 for just the transmitter. Transmitter plus receiver is $99.99. So if you want to go that route, you can get the transmitter plus the receiver. But I just got the basic straight up transmitter. In the box comes a remote and this nice little instructional packet. And in here it tells you how to bind your transmitter with certain receivers on different aircrafts and everything. So you just go through here, you check out the different types of modes. I always have it set for mode 1. No, excuse me, yes. You have these modes here, mode 1, mode 2. So you read that to find out which mode best suits you. And you just take a look at that and make sure you're familiar with your transmitter completely. As I said before, I have 2 helicopters here I'd like to talk to you about, the Blade MCX2 and the Blade CX3. First we'll go ahead and talk about the CX2 here. This is a bind and fly. You notice there on the box is BNF, which stands for bind and fly. Bind and fly means it comes with everything except the transmitter. Because you bind this transmitter with this receiver, because it's 2.4 gigahertz Spectrum technology. So you take it here, you open it up. Again, on the very top, you've got your Blade MCX instruction manual. And it tells you the binding procedure for different remotes. They have the RTF remote right here, and they have the Spectrum remotes in the same area back here. Yes, it talks about binding for DX5 and DX6. Tells you how to bind it there, but I'll go ahead and demonstrate for you. This is just more a little, tells you how to bind and all that stuff. Take off the top foam piece here. Now this is the bind and fly, as I said. The RTF model comes with this transmitter here. It comes in the box, just like that, in the box. This is the RTF transmitter. I bought this helicopter bind and fly, but they were out of the DX remotes, so at the time I just went ahead and got this remote because they had one in stock, but it's still a bind and fly. You've got a nice small little battery charger here for your 2 LiPo battery pack that it comes with. That's the charger. And here is the Blade MCX2. Very nice small design, red, black, yellow. Very nice color scheme. Full body if you notice. It's got this nice little fly bar up here. Very small, very stable in the air. And here's your small little LiPo battery. Very small, very small. Now to charge the battery you simply insert 4 AA batteries into the charge pack. Okay? You take the battery, make sure that little red dot is facing the red LED light. You take it like this, push it in there. Notice how it's a solid glowing red. Once it flashes red, that means your battery's done. It takes about 30 to 40 minutes to charge. We'll go ahead and let that charge up, and as it's finished charging, I'll go ahead and show you a demonstration flight with this, show you how stable and how nice this thing flies. Alright, so that's the Blade MCX2. Now, I will show you the CX3. Which is this one here. This is in the police body kit. Then show you this one. And again, you got the Blade CX3 instructional manual. Tells you all that fun stuff. And here is a binding paper that they printed out for you. It tells you how to bind your transmitter to the receiver. And this is a little different procedure than it is with the MCX2. And I will demonstrate like so. You have what's called a bind plug. This comes with the bind and fly. This is also a bind and fly. I failed to mention it's BNF. BNF heli right there. Here is the 2-cell battery. This one takes about an hour and a half to charge. Here's the actual battery charger, and this is the DC that goes into the wall outlet. What you do is you take the end of it here, you plug it in right there above where it says E-flite. You plug that into the wall. Then these two are going to flash green and red. Okay, they're going to flash green and red, indicating that, okay, there's power inside of this, but there's no battery charging. Once you take your battery here, you plug it in, it's going to be a solid red and solid green glow. Once that green light goes out, and it's just a red one glowing, that means the battery's done charging. So you unplug it, just like that. Battery's done charging and everything. Now you got the actually CX3 there, and I will now demonstrate how to bind that transmitter with this model here. You take your bind plug right there, and inside the canopy you have where you insert the bind plug right there. Take the bind plug, you plug it in, then you plug in the battery right underneath, and if you notice, it's flashing orange and it's flashing red. It's flashing orange meaning it's looking for a transmitter. And I will now demonstrate how to bind the transmitter to the receiver. What you do is you turn on the power switch, at the same time you pull the trainer switch, and this is what happens. It flashes, you let it go, they'll do that one beep. They're going to read each other. Okay, now it's a solid orange. Now it's going to flash green, and once it's a solid green glow, it means you're good to go. So, got control there, and I got control with the blades. As you can tell, it's very powerful. Before you do fly, though, it's important that you unplug the bind plug. You unplug that before you fly. Don't fly with that in there. Then just unplug it. You always want to unplug the battery from the helicopter first. Then turn off your remote. CX2, CX3. And what else I like about the CX3s, it doesn't come with, but you have the recommended pieces you can buy. This is trainer gear. Let me go ahead and assemble this real quick. What this does, this goes on the landing skids under the helicopter. You just screw those in there. It's actually very simple to do that. It takes all of about 5 minutes. What you do is, alright, you got that like that, and if you notice here on the landing skid I have these little plastic moldings screwed in. What that is, little holes there, they go diagonally on the training gear like that. So after it's all screwed in and everything, you're flying your helicopter, you got your training gear looking like this. What this does is it helps you keep the helicopter stable, and if you do start to kind of go this way too far and hit the ground, you've got that protection right there so you can correct yourself without crashing the ground and breaking the blade. Also, it kind of helps with landing, because if you're kind of going all over the place, if you hit the ground hard, you know, you'll kind of scoot slowly and hit the ground. You will not crash hard and will not break anything. I've had one of these before and it worked wonderfully. So I would really suggest getting trainer gear if you're a first-time helicopter pilot. I myself am a first-time helicopter pilot. I fly airplanes for Beanie Hobby. I'd also like to show with you, these are replacement blades for the CX3. These two here are the upper blades. They go in right there, upper. And these two are the lower blades. Lower blades there. Now if you notice, they kind of have they're opposite. You attach them like this. When you do that, we'll go ahead and look in right here, and there's a little screw right there. All you do is you take your small screwdriver here that comes with both helicopters. You get a small screwdriver with both. You unscrew both of those, and then they just fall apart just like that. And then all you do is you just pull it off the little bar here, change your blade, put the screws back together there, and screw it back. And there you go, nice clean blade. Very, very simple to do. Also here I got a nice extra pair of landing skids in case when I do take off my trainer gear, I do come down too hard and they may snap. I have an extra pair right here. So that I'm not too worried about. And that is that. That is that. Very nice. Something else that is important to speak about is making sure that before you do fly a helicopter like this one here, you're comfortable flying a coaxial helicopter. It's counter-rotating blades, so as this blade spins this way, this blade will spin the opposite direction, giving you that extra stability. And the fly bar here keeps everything stable. It's kind of a gyro, so to speak. Notice how it's kind of flimsy right now, but in the air, it's completely parallel to the ground, making it extra stable in the ground, or in the sky, making it a lot easier to fly. And as you noticed, I binded this transmitter with this receiver. Now I'm going to fly this helicopter, but before I do that, I have to bind the transmitter with this receiver. Very simple. All I do again is turn it on and push that trainer switch, pull it, and then once it blinks up here, let it go. And then it'll do a series of blinks, and then finally all the LEDs will glow, indicating that it's ready to fly. So if you want to tune back in a couple of seconds here, we will this battery will be done charging, and we'll show a little demonstration flight of the Blade MCX2, and then later we'll show a demonstration flight of the Blade CX3. So you can go ahead and tune in a little bit later on, and we'll go ahead and get all that going. Thanks for watching this information. As more news develops, I will bring it to you, and you'll be the first to hear about it. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Appreciate it.